Hey, Toonami Faithful. So, anybody else still freaked out over what happened last night? Yeah, for those of you who were unfortunate enough to miss it, I mean, I was blown away. Uh, for anyone who probably figured this out by now, Toonami was brought back last night as an April Fool's prank on from Adult Swim and Cartoon Network. From See, I'm not really that much of an Adult Swim fan. I'll be honest. I mean, I love some anime and stuff, but I just I don't feel that need or that desire to stay up late just to watch, you know, just to watch a couple shows. It's just always been like that since they took Toonami off the air a couple of years ago. I always felt like it just was wrong, and that something was missing from Cartoon Network. That it's just Toonami had a flair to it, and it just was so interesting. I mean, Tom was amazing. Steve Bloom, oh man, great voice actor, and Tom is a great character. The whole Toonami package was just great. Tom would review games, and and even if, for everyone who watched it last night, uh, the 99 Problems reference with Tenchi was hilarious. And we need that more. We need more of that. We need it again. And I mean, if you're watching this and you haven't done it yet, go to Cartoon Network's feedback page and send them a message. First off, thank them for putting it back on the air last night. Tell them how much you appreciate it, and just how much you like Toonami, how much Toonami meant to you, and request that request that it be brought back. Don't get too emotional. You know, don't fill it with profanity, saying, "Oh, you guys are stupid for ever taking it off." Don't do that, because they're just gonna throw those out and think, it's not worth it. Write a nice, organized letter to them or email, whatever. Because and for those of you who've noticed, if Toonami is gone, why do they have a Toonami topic section in their feedback? It's a little bit of a heads up. And from the way Steve Bloom was sending out tweets or Facebook statuses about it, he seems to think this is our opportunity. This is the chance that we need to speak up as fans, as the Toonami Faithful, and get this thing back on the air. And hopefully, the version they showed last night. I wasn't too big of a fan of the last version of Tom and the Absolution. Last night was perfect. Last night was everything that Toonami could hope to be. I mean, sure, if they did bring it back, add new shows, but the old shows and the way it was just great. And one of the most memorable moments of last night for me was the Broken Promise Dreams bumper thing that they showed. I remember that so clear from when I was a kid. And to see it back on TV, not watching it through a computer video on YouTube or something, which I favorited it, and it's going to stay my featured video until they bring Toonami back. But to see it on TV again, it was just an amazing feeling. And I can tell you, I've never been so happy before. I mean, or at least recently. Pure joy is the best way I know to describe how I felt last night. I was getting tired, getting sleepy, but when I saw Tom and I could hear Steve Bloom's voice coming out of that robot, and see the promos and see just everything done, just like Toonami was back in the old days. It was just like Toonami was back, and they had picked up from its best part, and everything was going back just the way it used to be. And it was kind of cruel, though, at the end when Tom signed off. The later message that we always got every evening or every day, when Toonami ended, we got later. So this is our chance. Let's make that later actually come. You know, let's make let's get them to bring it back. Go to Cartoon Network's page, send them something nice. You know, thank them for it. Ask them to bring it back. Tell them how much it means to you, and you know, maybe this will happen. From everything I've seen, all over the internet, people have flocked to the internet to support this, and I think it honestly, from a business standpoint, it would be ridiculous for them to ignore it. There's no way they could. The ratings have to have just went through the roof several times over. I don't think that anything, even recently, even the little Got Game or whatever, Who's Got Game, the sports awards show, I don't think this could even compare to that, to what Toonami could do. And you know, and just the way Toonami is, they could. It's the perfect way to bring back old stuff, old animes like like Dragon Ball Z, Trigun, Yu Yu Hakusho, Big O. They could bring all of those back. Introduce some new stuff from today, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That would fit in well. And then also have room to bring in stuff in the future. Tom is the perfect character to host it all. I mean, he's just such a unique character, and he's so fun. And Steve is awesome. So I don't see how anything negative could come from them bringing it back. And I don't see why they would ignore the huge rally across the internet, across the world, the country. I mean, just everywhere. I mean, I've seen stuff related to this everywhere. And I'm not gonna forget last night for a long time. And I don't think anybody wants this to be the very end of it. And I hope it's not. So I'm gonna post a link to the Cartoon Network feedback page in the description. Go there. You know, you don't have to write them a book. Just write them something short and sweet if you can. I mean, go into as much. You know, write as much as you want. But remember, you know, keep it clean. Don't make it an angry note. Make it a you know, like I said, thank them. Thank them multiple times. You know, thank them at the beginning and then thank them again at the end. And just remember to say, please bring this back. We would love to see it back. And then even give a reason why. You know, like I said, you know, time is the perfect way to introduce these new shows. And I just think it would, you know, we can make this happen. When they took it off, when they took Toonami off originally, you know, a lot of us were just like, that's the end. You know, something so popular, you know, just kind of went. And I think, personally, I think it was the way Toonami was handled. I think they could have handled it much better than they did. They didn't have to change it so much in the last version. I mean, that's like I said. That's why I'm glad they went with the version of Tom that we got last night, and not not the most recent one with the face. So, come on. So, just send them something real quick, you know, and let's get Toonami back on the air, because it really needs to be. Because from everything I've seen, I don't think Adult Swim or Cartoon Network has had this much interest built in something, and they didn't even advertise it. It was a secret. It was a surprise. So, you know, imagine what would happen if, say, Tuesday or Wednesday, they announced the official return of Toonami, and say it will be, and you know, and say tune in again for the return of Toonami this weekend. It would be amazing. So go send them some feedback. Give them good feedback. Don't send them hate mail, because that'll only hurt our chances. But go out there and let's support Toonami. That's all I got.